Hi everyone, welcome back to See Susie Create. I am Susie and it is nice to see those of you that are back. And if it's your first time here, happy to have you here. So today I have not just one book recommendation, but two. I originally planned one, but today on a whim, I was out running errands and I decided to drop by my local library, which I have not visited since before the pandemic. So that was a really nice little spur of the moment treat. And I encourage anyone to use your local library. I mean, how can you not? It's just, especially for us book lovers that we get all these books and we're spending on book supporting, which is good, but it's like a bonus. You get your free books here and there. So anyway, I do like murder mysteries. So I got this one today, A Murder for the Books, and it is by Victoria Gilbert. It's an author I have not read before, and I think this is a series. Sounds like it is from what I read here. It's about a young woman, 33, and she moves in with her aunt, and it takes place in the South, and she takes a job at the local library there. And she kind of left quickly her other more prestigious librarian job at a university because she had a bad breakup with one of the professors at the library or at the school. So she moves in with her aunt, and the handsome next door neighbor that just moved in as well comes into the library. This is how they meet. And there are rumors that his property is haunted because there was a murder that took place there like 100 years ago. So he wants to be doing some research to find out. Oh, and it's part of his family. So it's a family home. So he wants to do some research to find out, what really happened and get the truth behind the murders. So it's his first visit there, and she goes with him to show him the archives section, which is in a separate building out back, and they find a body. So that's kind of where we are, that they are grappling with that. So just to let people know, also in the first 4 chapters, there were 2 swear words. So I know some of you are thinking, why are you even mentioning that, silly girl? But, that is really important to some people. So I just want to be clear on that for people when they're making their selections. Now, the book that I wanted to share with you, I've been about, is from Book of the Month. If you're not familiar with Book of the Month, they are a monthly subscription service. So $14.99 a month. You get to choose a hardback book, and if you buy additional titles, the additional titles are only $9.99 each. So you get a list of, or you get 5 choices each month. However, did you see for March now, 7 choices, which is lovely, but I had to be disciplined and be proud. I only ordered 1, even though there were 2 authors on there that I really like. I was like, nope. Just get 1, because I haven't even barely started my February one. So trying to make good decisions here. So anyway, if you're interested in that, I will link that below as well. So you get the 7 choices, and then if you do add-ons, they have tons of choices by different genres that you can choose from. Okay, so The Magnolia Palace by Fiona Davis. Oh my gosh. I am going to tell you about the first 14 pages. So if you don't want to hear the whole synopsis, feel free to turn off. But I'm going to tell you because I was at my hair salon, worked out perfectly. I happened to just finish up another book right before my appointment. So I got to go with my brand new book. And while I was waiting, I only read 14 pages. And my hairstylist, she loves books too. So I was like, I have to tell you about this book. 14 pages. Okay, so in the first 14 pages, there's this young woman. It takes place in 1920, and she is a body model for sculptures. So apparently she has the perfect Grecian form. So she is actually displayed all over the city in these classic sculptures. However, so we know that, but then we also in the very beginning know that her mother was very ill and she was taking care of her, and her mother passed away. So she was out of work for a little bit, just trying to help her mother and, going through some of the grieving process. So she's starting to get a little down on her luck and trying to get back out there and get some more jobs again and get back to some more normalcy. However, like I said, she's a little bit down on her luck. In 1920, they didn't have FEMLA and things like that to help people out. So she is behind on her rent. So here is where things get interesting. So she has the icky landlord who comes over and is blatantly icky. He's all, well, I'm sure I could help you out. The next night my wife's out, why don't you come over? Yeah. So she, of course, again, 1920s, what are her options? Her family member just passed away and she's 21, I believe, in the story. And so she just kind of is trying to survive. And so she's just kind of like, oh, okay. And she kind of politely excuses herself and she ends up getting a job. So she goes to the job one day and she leaves him a note because it was the day they were supposed to meet. So she leaves him a note that is a bit flirtatious. She's trying to find the right balance so that he'll believe she wasn't really trying to get out of it because she did have a job, but at the same time she was a little flirtatious to make him buy into that she wasn't trying to get out of it. So she's trying to just do the best she can. All right, so she does that job. She's coming home. She's kind of hoping she can, because of course the manager has like the apartment right when you come in. She's kind of hoping she can sneak in. He won't see her. And as she comes in, she sees the police are there and there's a body. So the police, of course, end up questioning everyone, and they end up questioning her because they found the note. So they are assuming that they are having an affair. Okay, so again, 1920s, and she is looking more and more like a suspect just in this initial questioning. The police officer's like, why don't you come to the police station? Or we would like you to come to the police station with us. She's like, okay, can I just, freshen up real quick? And he's like, okay. And so she goes down the fire escape. So that's the first 14 pages. And then the next chapter starts. It's one of those that's going to go back and forth in time. So the next chapter, like I said, I started this 2 weeks ago and I haven't had an opportunity to get back to it because I got distracted by my library book. But it's, several years later, and it's another young woman who's trying to be a fashion model. And I'm suspecting maybe that's going to end up being her daughter or granddaughter or something like that. But anyway, there's going to be, I like stories that kind of flip-flop like that, one time period and then another time period, and then it all comes together at the end. So anyway, like I said, I was just 14 pages. I told my hairstylist, and the other hairstylist interrupted. She's like, what are you guys talking about? Is that a real person? Like, no, it's just a book. She was like, oh my gosh, because that all just sounds like so much. So, like I said, I'm excited. I haven't read this author before, so maybe if some of you have, it's no surprise that this is looking like a good one. So, anyway, those are my book recommendations. If you are a book person and are enjoying this video, please consider liking or subscribing. Coming up next, I try to cover planning, crafting, and books, because I know there's a lot of us out there that love all those things. So I'll be doing my weekly plan with me or planner type video tomorrow. And then after that, I'm not quite sure. I think maybe check back in with some journals or something. But yeah, more planning, more crafting, more books, always. All right, everyone, you take care, and I will see you soon.